At the end of the last tutorial, when we closed the program, it looked like this. So we had our program scaling set to 150%, and we had changed the program settings from out of the box, where it's set to open to home, we changed it to open to most recent layout, so that when we open the program this time, it opens where we left it. So we're going to begin simply by using this close all button at the bottom left hand corner, and we're going to change our program scaling to 100%, and we're going to begin just by working through this menu here on the left hand side. So the first thing I want us to note is this little icon here at the very bottom corner. It's a little to the left arrow. If you click on it, it shunts the whole menu over and minimizes it, so to speak. So if you're looking for some more real estate on your screen, that's how you can do it. If you want to open it again, click it and it moves to the right. And so I would suggest that may be a good thing to become familiar with, because you may click on it inadvertently and your menu is all scrunched over and you can't see what it is. By the way, if you hover over things in Logos, it tells you what they are. So we'll move this to the right again here. And so we're going to work through some of these. So the home icon here simply takes you to the home page and back. So there's the home page. Now we're away from the home page. The second item on the menu is the library icon. Now there's a number of ways you can open the library. You can simply give it a single left click and it will open it in a temporary window. And if you click again, it will disappear. Or you can left click drag it, and you see how a portion of the screen turns gray there. If I let go of it, it opens it there. I could close it from the tab, or I could left click drag it and make it cover the whole screen or just the right hand portion of the screen. I'm going to drop it in the middle, just like that. So once again, I'll close it with this X in the tab here, left mouse click, and then just simply drag it to the middle of the screen till it all turns gray and let it go. Now the first thing I want to do is to change the view of the library. Now there's three little icons here, this kebab icon, then another one, and the third one in from the left hand side, if you hover over it, says change book display mode. If you click on that, you can change to cover view, which is larger icons, or you can change it to tile view, which is the way it comes out of the box, or you can change it to details view. So that's what I want to work with, is details view. Now in the details view, there are different little tabs across the top here, and I want to add one to it. I want to add type. So right now we can sort according to title. So we'll sorting from Z to A, or we can sort from A to Z, and we can sort by author, or we can sort by my tags. We won't worry about what that means at this moment, or by rating. That's community ratings. And so we can sort by title, but I would like to sort by type. That is, I would like to have all the Bibles gathered up together for me. So you can change the items on this menu here by right-clicking anywhere on the menu and checking or unchecking them. I'm going to add one called type. So I'm just going to click, left click beside type here, and it puts in a category called type. So now if I click on type, it's sorted according to the types of resources I have in the Bible, in the library, and so we see there are 6 Bibles here. So if I hit the little down menu, so you can just click on these menus, it opens them, and it shows us we have these 6 Bibles here, including the one we just downloaded last time, the Greek New Testament SBL edition. And so that's the way I prefer my library to appear. You, of course, can have it set however you like. So we'll go back to title view. And I want to do one more thing while we're here. When you first installed the program, you were asked to choose a preferred Bible. And it said you could go back and change that preference later on if you chose. One of the ways you can do that is through this kebab menu in the library. So if I click on the kebab menu and I select prioritize books, so you can prioritize all sorts of books and you can prioritize your Bibles. So right now the English Standard Version is my preferred Bible, and so it's the only one that shows up in this menu under prioritized books. But if I wanted to take a different Bible as my preferred Bible, I would simply drag it over here. So if I went to type once more, went to Bible, and say I wanted the Christian Standard Bible over here instead as my preferred Bible, I could simply left click, drag it, and put it on top of the ESV. And now the Christian Standard Bible would be the Bible that would open by default. And so I'm going to leave it the way it was, though. I'm going to right click on the CSB. So that was a right click, and I'm going to remove from this list and leave the English Standard Version as my preferred Bible. I'm going to close this menu on this side by going to the kebab menu, hitting Prioritize Books, and closing the library at the X on this tab here. And we will note down here on the menu on the left-hand side, we have Search. We're going to do a fair bit of searching later on, so we'll just close that. All of this stuff is telling us how to conduct searches in Logos. And we're going to click on this Bible icon. This Bible icon is set to show us our preferred Bible. So if you just click on it once, it opens the preferred Bible. Now I was at John chapter 1 before, and so it's opened it to John chapter 1. And you'll notice that what's going on, you might ask, there's all of this stuff in the text. So if I want to make this a little bigger to show you, there's a number of ways I could do that. I'm going to do it this way. Once again on the kebab menu, and I'm just going to increase the font. See smaller letters and bigger letters. I'm just going to increase the font, drag this over to this side to kind of show you what I mean. And you see there's these underlines, there's these highlighter. This says 7,542 people highlighted this. Well, if that excites you and if that's what you want your software to display, well, then just leave it alone. If you don't like that, then follow these instructions. Also, you'll see there's some things underlined in blue, and if you put your cursor over there, for Word, for example, it says Factbook. So if I click on that, what does it do? Well, I missed the click a little bit there. It opens Factbook. So Factbook has tagged this with a bunch of information, and it's telling you with a little squiggly underline that there's something there for you to look at. So you could go look at it if you want. So I'm going to close that. I don't want those things in my Bible. I want it to open up clean. I don't want to see anybody else's highlights. I don't want those little Factbook shortcuts to show up. And so I want to show you how to shut them off. At the top of the menu here, I'm just going to change this. No, we'll leave this for now. At the top of the menu here, there's several icons. Those are very important icons, and I'm going to show you how to navigate them. This one here, if you hover over it, is the Factbook Tags Visual Filter. If you use the little drop-down menu, here's our Factbook tags. So it tags people and places and things and pronouns and this, that, and the other thing. And that you may discover that that's useful to you at some point in time, but I don't want it at this point, and I don't want to see it. So how do we turn this off? The easiest way to turn this off across all your resources is to simply left click here, do not show in any book. So I'm going to click that. You can turn it back on if you want by simply show in all appropriate resources, and they're back. So I do not show. And notice all the little blue underlinings are gone in this text now. How do I get rid of this highlighting? You go to this three-dot icon, this visual filters icon, you click on it, you come down to popular highlights. Now I could simply select it here, it would turn them off, but would only turn them off in this resource. If I leave them on there and go over to the right-hand side, to this little drop-down menu, click on it, I can say do not show in any books, and this will get rid of these highlights, these popular highlights, in all of my resources. So I'll click it like that, and they're gone. One other thing I want us to notice is over on the right-hand side of the screen. Now you may not have these yet, but you see these little bars here? So we have this navigation menu that you can drag up and down, but you see these other little icons here, these little bars, they're shortcuts. That is, I've been here before, and it keeps track of that. After a while, this will get all cluttered up. There will just be hundreds of these on this side of the screen. There's one there, and one here, and one down here. If you don't want to see those, here's how you get rid of them. go to this kebab icon down here, and this will take us, and go back to your program settings. And we want to get rid of a few more things on here. One other thing we have down in here is the store icon. So we can go shopping right here in Logos. Well, I don't want to go shopping. I'm going to shut that button off. So show store button, just go, no, it's gone. See that? I also want to show auto and favorite bookmarks. I'm going to say no there, and I just got rid of them all. Now I could show information tooltips and say no to that, and search bookmarks, and you could change all of these options. Another option that we see down here is show help cards. Now you've had help cards popping up for you, and when they do pop up, you can turn them off or you can look at them. And so we're just going to show you that just in a minute here. Let's just open one more resource and see if we can get one of these to pop up. We'll go back here and we'll hit reset. So that resets all the help cards back to the default. There's one. So we have a what did I call it? Help card. We have a help card down here. If I click the little down arrow, it will simply hide this help tip. If I want more information, I click more. I can hit don't show these. It will turn them all off, and you won't see any more of these little help cards. Or if I hit OK, it will say, it's as if you say, okay, I understand that, don't show me that one anymore. So you can say don't show all these from here, and if you want to turn them back on, you go to program settings and show help cards, yes. Excuse me. Or you can reset them. So I'm going to just leave them at reset for now and close that. So we have a couple of resources open. I just closed the American Standard version. We're going to get rid of that so we don't see that. And so we've gotten rid of a number of things via these visual filters, or the Factbook visual filter. We have said don't show in any of our books, and we've gone to our three-dot icon, the visual filters, and we've said we want to turn off popular highlights across all of our resources. So we're going to return the font size to the way it was before here, simply by dragging this over. Get a hold of that little mark there and drag it over. That's the default position, by the way. So, Bible, if we close all, Bible then opens our preferred Bible. Now, Factbook opens us to Factbook. You can type anything you want in here. I think it maybe is open to John the Baptist by default, if I remember correctly. And so what it is, it's gathering resources for you from your library. And so that's what the Factbook is about. Documents, we don't have any documents that we created yet, so there's nothing in here. There's guides and workflows. We have passage guides, a Bible word study guide, all sorts of other options here. We won't use them much in this particular series. We have tools. So these are the kind of the bells and whistles of Logos here. There's an atlas and Factbook and highlighting and all sorts of things. Down here we have drag and drop shortcuts. So you can take any resource and drag it here, and it will create a shortcut for you. So for example, our default Bible is the ESV. If we wanted to open a different Bible, so we open the library now, and we'll go to the Greek New Testament and open it. And so I have the Greek New Testament opened in a little larger font than the other ones. I simply did that through this menu, and typically beginning Greek students like the Greek font a little bigger, so that's why I've done that. But if we want to be able to open the Greek New Testament in the same way that we use this shortcut over here, we could simply left click, so we're grabbing the tab at the top, left click and dragging it and dropping it here. So now this resource has a shortcut right there. It's the SBLGNT, the SBL Greek New Testament. So it's created a little shortcut name for you there. So you can do that with a number of resources. You can simply drag them down here and you can open them more quickly that way. Let's go back to the library. So I'm going to left click. So I can't drop it there. If I do, nothing happens. That's what that little don't go here icon says. But if I keep moving it over, it's going to switch and says I can drop it there. So if I drop it there, I want to open one other resource that I think is quite a helpful resource. I'm going to set don't show these. I wouldn't suggest that you do that necessarily. And we're going to go to encyclopedia. And we have an encyclopedia here. It's called the Lexham Bible Dictionary. This is actually quite a powerful resource. I'm going to left click on it and it opens it. And so maybe we would like, I'm going to drag that over here. So it opened it over there because I had something in this pane. I'm going to left click. Once again, I'm dragging. So this tab is highlighted now. And now I can open the, simply by left clicking, I can have the English Standard Version open or the Lexham Bible Dictionary opens. But if I left click drag it, I can drag it over to here. And I want to show you something here. So this is a powerful resource. Maybe you want to create a shortcut for it. You could drag it down there. If you don't want it as a shortcut, simply right click, delete. It doesn't delete the resource. It deletes the shortcut. So we talked earlier about prioritized Bibles. And the reason you want to set a prioritized Bible is so that when the software takes you to a Bible automatically, it takes you to the Bible you want. And so here's an article on Mount Sinai. And so there's all sorts of stuff underlined or in blue here. So this will take you to an article within Lexham Bible Dictionary on the Ten Commandments, etc. But if you go to a Bible verse like Exodus 3:1, and I've just put the cursor there, I haven't clicked anything. Note that on the screen, let's make that a little bigger so you can see it. Note that on the screen, we'll scroll down, it automatically populates that with Exodus 3:1 from the ESV. Why the ESV? Because that's my preferred Bible. If I click on it, it automatically takes the ESV that I have open to Exodus 3.1. If I didn't have that resource open, it would open it and take us there. So that's how that works. That's why you have preferred Bible settings. And that's why you may want to change them from time to time. So we'll close the Lexham Bible Dictionary. And at this point, I wanted to open a couple of other Bibles at the same time and just show you how you can link them together. So let's just open the American Standard Bible. We'll go to library again. We're going to open the Christian Standard Bible. And we'll open one more. We'll open the Lexham English Bible. So we've got 4 Bibles. The ASV. So I'm just clicking on these tabs. The Lexham English Bible, the English Standard Bible, and the Christian Standard Bible. Notice they all open to Exodus 3.1, chapter 3, verse 1. So if I scroll down here, notice that these other ones are not moving with it. And there are times when, if you're comparing Bible translations, you would like them linked together. Let me show you how to link these resources together. So if you go to this top menu, this kebab menu, you left click on it once, you can say I want this in a link set. So right now it's set to none, that's what's grayed out. But I want this link set A. And see the little A shows up. I want this one link set A too. So we're just repeating the process. Lexham English Bible, click on this, the link set A. ASV, it's the same way and everything. So you click the one you're working with, ASV, go over here to the kebab menu, left click on it, select link set A. Now all of these are going to scroll together. So if you just put your cursor over one of them and begin to scroll, they're all moving together. Okay? Or if I simply went John 1:1, it takes us to John 1:1 and all of them. So by the way, did you see how I did that? I put JOHN, didn't have to use any capitals, 1.1. 1:1 goes to John 1:1. Or I could have simply said, you know, LK 3.2 will take me to Luke chapter 3 verse 2. While I'm in Luke chapter 3 verse 2, I could hit 15 and it will take me to Luke chapter 3 verse 15. So there's a number of ways you can navigate in this. So if you're in a chapter already and you simply select a number, 18 for example, it will take you to that verse in that chapter. If we're in Luke now and I say 22.1, that will take me to Luke chapter 22 verse 1. If I want to go to, you know, Genesis 4 verse 3, I type it like that and it can go there. So it'll take abbreviations and all sorts of things. But these are all set now to navigate at the same time. And so if you want to compare Bible translations and have them navigate at the same time, that's what you can do. You can also rearrange these resources on your screen. So if you wanted to see them all at the same time, you could rearrange them. So I'm in the Lexham English Bible. So this menu populates when I hover over that. If I want to go to have the Lexham English Bible open in its own pane, I simply left click and drag and move it down, and it will keep moving down. See where it's grayed there? Let go. So the Lexham English Bible is down here. If I want the ESV or the Christian Standard Bible to be down here. So now they're all going to scroll together in 4 different windows. Okay? So that's how you link your resources together. You unlink them simply by checking none here, and it will unlink all of these resources. So that's about enough for this particular video.